Hello, I'm Bookface. Now you might be wondering, why is there no intro this time? Well, that's because I had to record this right after last week's video. So, I'm rushing. So, since we're in a hurry, let's go. So the creatures we have to talk about today are from India. When you study a lot of mythical creatures, you'll notice that many of them from one area have some sort of pattern. For example, Norse mythology has a lot of wolves, because wolves are important to them. You also might notice a simple stylistic thing, or similarities to other mythologies. There are similarities to a lot of Chinese and Japanese creatures, because there's a lot of cultural similarities. I don't have an explanation as to why they bring to mind a certain folklore, but all I know is that some creatures, I can definitely tell, boom, that's from India, boom, that's from China, boom. Okay, let's go.
First we have the Hindu demons called
Pishachas. Pishachas are creatures with black skin, bulging veins, and big red eyes. They were creatures thought to haunt cremation grounds, along with creatures like Vitala and Bhutas. It was believed that Pishacha could become invisible or take any form at will. I feel like it's a little overpowered to have both of those. It was believed they did things like feed off of human energies, human flesh, could actually possess people, and would cause insanity in humans. These creatures could, however, be avoided if you gave them sacrifices or if you repeated certain mantras. Additionally, it was believed Pishacha had their own language, which I'm going to write here, and I'm going to attempt to pronounce. Can't even pronounce. A language called Kaisaki. Next we have a creature called the Rakshasa, which is actually one of my favorite mythological creatures. They're also called Raksha, Rakshasi for the females, and Manushya Rakshasi, which is a female Rakshasa disguised as a human. Very specific terminology. Now, unlike the Pishacha, which played mind games by making people insane or feeding off their energies, Rakshasa are pretty straightforward.
They want to eat you.
Rakshasa have a thirst for blood and a hunger for human flesh. It was actually believed that the Rakshasa would drain the blood from people not by biting their neck, but instead would drain the blood through their fingertips. Just
Blood.
Now what do these creatures look like? Well, a lot of things. But one thing that's in common in most descriptions is that they have big fangs that curve outward from the mouth, which is actually a common detail in Hindu mythology. As I said, these creatures are shapeshifters, but they have other abilities too. Like the Pishacha, they're overpowered. The Rakshasa, as well as being able to shapeshift, could also turn invisible, yet again. But as if shapeshifting and turning invisible wasn't overpowered enough, Rakshasa can also fly. Could you imagine a Rakshasa turning invisible and then flying at you, and you wouldn't even know, and then it just drains your blood through your fingertips, just
Dead.
Now, do these creatures have any weaknesses?
Yes.
Light, particularly sunlight. Because of this, you're never going to see a Rakshasa out in the day. And you're more likely to see a Rakshasa at a new moon instead of a full moon, because even moonlight can hurt them, because technically moonlight's just sunlight, but reflected.
Science.
Some also believe that Rakshasa were capable of creating illusions. Additionally, some believe that the Rakshasa can be beaten by prayer, sacrifice, and some just think you can physically overpower them. Just beat them up. Where do these horrific and horrifically overpowered creatures come from? They actually came from the breath of the god Brahma as he was sleeping. When he woke up and saw these creatures, which I'm pretty sure were eating him, he screamed, Rakshama, which is Sanskrit for help me. To sum it up, Rakshasa are cool, they're incredibly overpowered. They're also from an old cartoon I like called The Secret Saturdays with a lot of cryptids. Go watch it, it's cool. It looked like this. It's one of the reasons I like it so much. Finally, for our last creature, we have the Vitala. Vitala were vampiric creatures who had possessed the bodies of the dead. These creatures are also called Vital or Betal. While the Vitala would mainly target dead bodies, it was possible for a Vitala to possess a living one. And these guys are really messed up. It's not enough that they kill people, no. They love to target children, to cause madness in people, and to cause miscarriages. That's just messed up. It was thought that a person would become possessed by a Vitala if they were improperly buried. Even though it is the person's body, their mind is gone. Any memories, feelings, emotions, whatever, they gone. If a Vitala's host body is damaged or injured in some way, it'll just pop on out of there and go to the next one, leaving a very injured corpse. Overall, Vitala, very messed up, would not recommend. 1 star on Yelp. Those are 3 mythical creatures from India. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. This was Very difficult to make because I'm rushing quite a bit. So please show your support.